Hello guys, welcome to the 3D market commentary for today being Monday, August the 22nd. I'm just going to put the disclaimers up on the top left hand corner. Please read them, even if you need to pause the video to do so. Now, our 3D market commentary is a video that we do to accompany an email that we send. Now, we send the email every day, Monday to Friday, to those that are subscribed for free. So just to show you how you can sign up to that, if you go to tradewithufos.com/newsflash, you can sign up to this for free and you'll get this email through every day. Now, the email goes through major world markets, looking at 3 different elements per market in terms of their probabilities and statistics. And you can get that email through to you every day, again, for free. Now, we do the 3D market commentary videos. We now do them once a week to accompany this, to show you how it might be used, how that information gets there, and how you might interpret it, just to give a little bit of extra understanding for those news flashes. So we now do them once a week on a Monday. Now, if you have any questions or if you need to get in touch for any reason, you do have my email address, which I think you can just about see, which is becky@tradewithufos.com. Now, there's also a link there which you can see, tradewithufos.com/Becky. Now, that will take you to this page here. From here, you can do different things. Some resources are free, some of which are paid for, lots of different support and help from here. So you can book one-on-one coaching if you'd like to. You can go to our general coaching for our group coaching as well. You can check out our courses and our apps, our live trading schedule, and of course different login areas depending on what you've got. If you scroll down, you've got an area here which are the live session notes, which is where I place all of the information for the trades that I place in my sessions. So if you ever watch me trading forex or cryptos or stocks, you can check up on how those trades went in this section here. Now, if you scroll down even further, there's a place where you can understand more about the apps, a place where you can understand more about our platform. And right at the bottom here, we've got a question and answer section, which again, for free, you can post a question, or you may find that somebody else has posted a question that has already been answered, in which case the answer that you need is already there. So lots of different things, lots of different help and resources and support from this page. If not, of course, you can email me. So let's now bring up the 3D market commentary. So on the left-hand side, this is the email that we send out every day, Monday to Friday, that has this information on. Now, it's called a 3D approach because we're looking at 3 different elements per market, and we can see them here. So the first thing we look at is what we call market climate, which is essentially where that market is likely to move. Is it likely to move up or down or not really in either direction? Now, we use an app to help us. It's called Auto Climate. We can see it here. And we'll show you how that works in each of the markets that we look at. I'll show you what it means. Then we look at buy and sell UFOs. UFO in this context stands for unfilled orders and means where do we have buyers that are waiting to buy that could push price up, and where do we have sellers waiting to sell that could push price down? Now, again, we use an app to help us. In this case, it's called Auto UFOs. And this is where we see here, these little Auto UFOs there, green ones with the prices on the right-hand side, those show us where buyers are. The little red ones with the prices on the right-hand side show us where sellers are. So we'll look at that per market. And the last thing we look at is market volatility, which is essentially how quickly we expect these markets to move. So look at each of those elements per market, starting with the S&P 500. So that's the top 500 US stocks. Now, with this, we've got it open already. We have a thin red dot on our auto climate. The fact that it's red is actually kind of irrelevant because if it's a thin dot on auto climate, that tells us we don't have enough probability in either direction. Essentially, it can't really be called. Not enough statistical evidence in either direction. So undecided for the time being in terms of the upcoming direction of the S&P 500. Now we do have sellers here closer by between 42.95.5 to 42.58. So if price were to go up and hit those sellers, we would expect them to push price down. We do have buyers, but they're further away, between 37.13.5 to 36.39. So overall, we do have a lot more room for price to fall. Sellers are closer to us, buyers are further away, but we are currently unconfirmed, undecided on direction. So I would say leave it alone, let it confirm itself one way or the other, and then take it from there. This is on a daily chart, by the way. Each of the markets we're looking at are daily charts. Now, in terms of volatility, we would expect this market to move up or down in 1 year by 23.12%. So in a day, that is 60.95 points. In a week is 134.17 points. And in a month is 279.3 points. That would be the expected move up or down within those given periods of time. So that's the S&P 500. Now let's move on to the next market, which will be crude oil. Now, as we load this, just to highlight what it says up here about looking to educate yourself, there will be some people that need guidance in different things, whether that be futures trading, stocks trading, forex, back testing, trading plans, or psychology. We have courses in all of those, which you can take, reasonable prices, and a lot of them come with a 3-month complimentary access to the apps. So if you want to just get a course and get access to the apps, then if you go to, bless me, apologies for that. If you go to tradewithufos.com/courses, then you can go and check out those courses. Now you can just go to tradewithufos.com/apps and just subscribe to either Auto Climate or Auto UFOs. Auto Climate is free on most platforms you can use it on. Auto UFOs is a paid for monthly subscription, and it depends on which platform you use as to how much that costs. Now, like I said, you can subscribe directly to the apps, but actually getting the course and getting 3 months free access to the apps is oftentimes cheaper than it would be to just use the apps. So check that out and see what works best for you. Okay, coming back to crude oil, we have a thin blue dot. Again, the fact that it's blue is irrelevant, because the fact that it's thin is what is really giving us this information here. A thin dot on Auto Climate tells us not enough probability either way. Now you might be thinking, what about the lines? Ignore the lines, we're just focusing on the dots. So thin blue dot, not enough probability in either direction. So again, undecided here. Now we have sellers up here between 105.24 to 100.89. Price came up here, hit those sellers, and was pushed down from that area. Sellers push price down. That's why we want to know where they are. We have buyers here between 80.47 and 77.83. So if price were to move down here, we'd expect those buyers to push price up. For the time being, we're unlikely to hit either stacks of buyers or sellers. It's not that close to it, and we're undecided with the Auto Climate. So not much to be doing on crude oil either on a daily chart. With volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year of 30.34%. So in 1 day, that's 2.88 points. In 1 week, 6.33 points. And in 1 month, 13.18 points. So that is crude oil. Now the next market here is gold. So let's load this. Let's load gold. Now let's squish this down so we see what we need to see. There we go. Now before we check out gold, just to highlight what it says here about coaching and support. We do a lot of coaching and support for free. You can watch a lot of our recorded trading sessions on our social media platforms and channels for free. We also have the question and answer section. You can email us anytime. We are here to help. Now, if you want access to live trading videos and extra coaching support, that's where you can go to tradewithufos.com/coaching to check that out. If you want to, just check out our social media platforms and see our recorded videos and other support, then if you follow our link tree, which the link is on the screen now, if you go to our link tree, you can then go from there to find the social media platform that's best for you. Okay, so gold. Let's have a look at gold. We have a thick red dot. Again, ignore the lines. Thick red dot, probability downwards. That's what that's telling us. Now, saying that, we do have buyers that we're coming up to. Those buyers are between 1739.6 to 1678.4. So we've got probability down, sellers pushing down right now, but we have buyers pushing back up that we're about to hit. So we've got buyers and sellers kind of fighting each other right now. Who will win? Couldn't tell you. Nobody's going to know exactly 100% what's going to happen in the markets. For me, if I have conflicting probabilities, I'd rather leave it, let it confirm itself one way or the other, and then take it from there. Now, we do have sellers, but they're further away. They're actually sellers on top of sellers, so I'll give you that full range. The full range of sellers there are from 1798 to 1768.8. Price is obviously closer to the buyers for now. So for the time being, again, I would say leave it, see which side wins, and then take it from there. In terms of volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in a year of 15.91%. So in a day, that's 17.53 points. In a week, 38.58 points. And in a month, 80.31 points. So that's gold. Okay, so the next market is the US dollar. So let's load this one and see that. Squish it a bit. Brilliant. So with the US dollar, we have a thick blue dot, probability there to the upside. We have no sellers on the chart, on a daily chart, which means we've got nothing really that we can see at the moment that could stop it moving to the upside. We have buyers here between 106.84 to 106.18. So if price were to drop and hit these buyers, we'd expect them to push price up. Overall, probability up here for the US dollar. Now, in terms of volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year of 11.29%. So in 1 day, that's movement up or down of 0.77 points. In a week, 1.7 points. And in a month, 3.53 points. So that's the US dollar. The final market that we'll look at is bakkt Bitcoin. So let's just load this. Okay, and squish this down as well so we see what we need to see. So bakkt Bitcoin, we have a thick red dot, probability down. Obviously, price has jumped down quite a bit recently. Now, similar situation in that we are coming up to buyers. Those buyers are between 20,832.5 to 18,922.5. So again, we have sellers pushing down, buyers about to push up, fighting. We don't know who will win. The last time price came down and hit these buyers, it was pushed up from there, and it didn't come back down until recently. So buyers push price up, sellers push price down. Sellers are currently pushing price down, buyers about to come in. So again, I would say leave it. Who knows which side are going to win? Let it confirm itself, let probabilities align in the same direction, and then take it from there. In terms of sellers, we do have them, again, a wider range here, between 31,732.5 to 29,432.5. So they're quite a way away then. Overall, again, I would be leaving this and seeing what happens. In terms of volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year of 81.04%. So in a day, that's up or down of 1,000, I'm going to round these because it's big numbers, of around 1,100 points. In a week, it's around 2,400 points. And in a month, it would be around 5,000 points. Again, movement up or down. So now the last thing to look at, now we've looked at each of our markets. We've looked at the climate. We've looked at buy and sell UFOs. We've looked at volatility. The last thing to look at is our weekly economic calendar. Today being Monday, we don't actually have anything on our upcoming economic calendar in terms of scheduled news reports that we would expect to cause volatility today. Now, for the week ahead, we filter by high impact news and by the general markets that most people would be trading. Tomorrow, this will be early hours of the morning in the US. We'll have news that could be affecting the euro or the pound or European markets or British markets. On Wednesday, you've got a few things coming out in the morning that could affect the US dollar or US markets. And then later on in the evening, US time, could affect the New Zealand dollar or New Zealand markets. On Thursday, again, as the markets open and through to about 10 a.m. Eastern, we've got some news coming out that might affect the US dollar or US markets. And same there on Friday and also Saturday as well. So bear in mind what's coming up, how you might see volatility increase on those markets that you might be trading in. Otherwise, if you are subscribed to the newsflash, which you can do by going to tradewithufos.com/newsflash, then you will be able to get this email in your inbox every day, which goes through all of the things we've gone through today. Each of these markets, 3 statistical elements per market. And again, you'll get that upcoming weekly economic calendar there as well. If you have any questions, you can email me or you can go to tradewithufos.com/Becky and you can use the different resources we have here. Apps, courses, coaching, one-on-one coaching, live session notes and tracking, more information on apps and platforms, and a question and answer section there as well. So today being Monday, I wish you a great trading week ahead and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.